Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we have come back with an interesting topic again. Are you guys craving for some news about those glittery sports vehicles running through the streets with all their glitz and glamour, showing off their shiny parts and their gasoline roar? Well, I am. Nissan GTR is one of those high-performance sports cars and Grand Tour vehicles that almost everyone knows about. Today, we have come up with the latest news about this model and how it had come to be. So buckle up your seatbelts and stay tuned to the channel because this is going to be an interesting ride. It was created by Nissan in the year 2007. Being the successor of Skyline GTR, it is a higher performance variant of the Skyline. It is the 6th generation model to take up the name of GTR, though it is now not a part of Skyline anymore. That name has been reserved for the luxury sports car variants. It has been 5 decades since this model of Nissan has been around. There had been a time when the car used to have a dual clutch paddle shift gearboxes. Even a simple Bluetooth connection and all-wheel drive would have been something out of a sci-fi movie. So let's start with one of those very old models that came out in 1969. Nissan Skyline GTR C10. It has a 2-door coupe sedan kind of body type and a manual 5-speed gearbox. It has a top speed of 200 km per hour, i.e. 124 miles per hour, and an acceleration of 0 to 60 miles per hour in 7.8 seconds, 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 8.3 seconds, and has a quarter-mile drag time, i.e. 402 miles in 15.6 seconds. The 6-cylinder car with 4 valves per cylinder provides a torque of 155 bhp at 7,000 rpm and 174 Nm at 5,600 rpm respectively. It can provide a displacement of 2 liters. This brutal-looking great-grandfather was quite something in his age, but he must be very proud of what his family has grown up to now. Nissan Skyline GTR C110. This car was also named as Kenmari after the commercial owners Ken and Mary had only 197 units sold in Japan till date due to the 1973 oil crisis. It had a GTR version, but only until the year of 1973, making it the last in line of the GTR brand under the Skyline until 1989. It was a fastback, coupe-shaped one of which was designed after a sports vehicle and did not have the 2-door version of a sedan like its predecessor. A dual headlight system with 4 headlamps, it resembled a fastback shape of the Mustang Mach 1 from the side. It had a masterpiece inline 6 engine with 2-liter displacement that gave up to 160 horsepower and had 3 double-barrel horizontal carburetors. With disc brakes in all corners and a 5-speed manual, it's only a tragedy that this did not work out much in the market. Nissan Skyline GTR R32. This one was introduced to play with the big boys in the Group A racing series in Japan and other countries. A gray box with a 310 bhp that would scare off a Ferrari in the late 80s. Boy, that's something to say. This demolisher punched off its competitors in Australia until the rules changed to reject all-wheel drive vehicles from Group A. With a twin-turbo engine, it could do a 0 to 60 mph run in less than 5 seconds. That's like Flash's speed. Nissan Skyline GTR R33. This was the model that set the cutout for the modern GTR vehicles coming out in 1995 and worked until 1998. It has a legendary RB26 engine and was a car that lapped the Nürburgring in less than 8 minutes. I mean, man, that's crazy. This model tried to improve upon the R32 model and used the same engine, but with better computer parameters that enhanced the all-wheel drive system and 4-wheel steering concept. The power output was found to be 302 horsepower and had a wider and longer shape than the R32. This was probably the superstar that came out from Nissan during that era and set the stage for its successors. Nissan Skyline GTR M-Spec R34. Not many had the respect of having this much attention gathered around it in Japan, such as the R34 V-Spec version. R34 wasn't really a Gran Turismo hero due to its heated seats and more compliant suspension that was more comfort-oriented. The R32 generation model had defined R34's Model 2 as the Atessa ETS all-wheel drive system was introduced. The V-Spec version, launched in 1999, had a carbon fiber adjustable wing in the rear trunk with a diffuser of the same material. It had 17-inch BBS wheels and Brembo brakes that were later used in other models too. It was good. It did pretty well with a power of 276 bhp and torque of 400 Nm. With 2 bucket seats in the front that had high bolstered sides, there were 2 more seats in the back. A special TFT screen on the top of the center console would show the statuses of various cars like the boost pressure, G-force, and this V-Spec version also added the temperature for intake and exhaust gas. It could be electronically controlled to improve traction, and this V-Spec also had a firmer suspension than the normal version. No wonder this has become a favorite among the tech-loving Japanese. Nissan GTR R35. Introduced in the Tokyo Motor Show in 2007, this was released in the European market in 2008. The engine was hand-built by 4 mechanics and had a 6-cylinder twin-turbo V6 480 HP that could take you to 100 km per hour in 3.6 seconds. Like I said before, it's getting hot in here. The top speed reached 193 miles per hour, and this supercar had a dual-clutch transmission that was created from the Formula 1 tech. Everything about it pointed to be a racer, but the Nissan people assured the public that this car would be used in all types of roads, by all types of drivers, and all types of traffic. This was something magical. With the race mode and automatic transmission, the fuel consumption could be reduced with ease. Having high-speed cornering, this supercar had the capacity to be fast in those straight lines too. Nissan GTR Nismo. Now that we have fairly talked about the 80s and the 90s, let's move on to the latest models of Nissan. The Nismo model came out in 2021 with a fanatically tuned 600 horsepower engine. It has a torque range of 467 pound-feet at 3600 to 5600 RPM and has a twin-turbo V6 engine. The heat is high in here, people! With the carbon fiber parts that create more downforce while reducing weight and drag, it has high-powered, high-capacity turbos. It has a Nismo-tuned holo stabilizer that gives you better cornering grip but still giving you the feel of a civil ride. It can provide a more aggressive delivery of power across your RPM range that gives you the thrill and passion of racing and riding on this beast. Nissan 2022 Edition. The last in the list of Nissan's GTR series comes the 2022 edition that the company has planned about. It's supposed to be a special edition car that will be released in limited numbers into the market. So if you are one of those who have their eyes on this, then I would suggest you keep your ears and eyes open for the latest news from Nissan. It will be having the same 2021 Nismo trend with 600 HP, but with black painted 20-inch wheels accented red. It will also have a stealth gray exterior and a carbon fiber hood. It takes up the same V6 engine as the Nismo and will have the signature all-wheel drive with a 6-speed automatic transmission. It can launch itself from 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 2.9 seconds. That's kind of fast, isn't it? Really fast if you ask me. With a quick steering, rigidity, and a structure and suspension that is adjustable, it will make an amateur feel like a legend behind the wheel. With active noise cancellation, the ride is bound to be more comfortable than the rest and will not be causing your ears to bleed. This rumored tenacious handling and powerful sports car has rightfully earned its nickname Godzilla in my opinion. Nissan has worked its way up the ladder and has broken its quality records. It has fine-tuned its own acoustics and we couldn't be any more glad about it. Also, not to forget the amazing dashboard that has treated Nissan users with a G-meter if there, timing of your laps, and the oil temperature of your gearbox in a cabin. It doesn't look like a shelving mishap upon your dashboard anymore, where the stuff had looked like they had just been hastily thrown in there. Let me know what you guys think about the latest models of Nissan. Do you think they would work out in the market or will they flunk like some of the previous versions of the Nissan GTR? Also, what do you think about the evolution of this model? Yay or nay? Let me know in the comments section below. Stay safe and we are out. Until next time.